If I'm posting this on time, it will have been exactly 8 years since I posted the first gameplay video to this channel when I was barely 11 years old. And in that time I've learned a lot, mostly about how to fail, but failure is relative. There's a lot of things I've accomplished on here that I'm proud of in terms of making videos that I enjoy or having great experiences with other people, but statistically, nobody watches me, even though I know my videos are good. So that begs the question, how did this happen? That answer is what we'll seek to unpack today, and I've narrowed it down to 3 major principles that you can use to waste years of your life just like me. So let's just jump right in. Part 1. Don't worry about branding. Let's start with a hypothetical situation. Say you've just met someone and they seem pretty cool. You're slowly getting to learn more about each other, and as part of the conversation, you want to tell them about the YouTube channel you recently started as a hobby. How many words will it take you to accurately summarize what your channel is about? If you said anything more than 10 words, you're probably going to struggle to get them interested. I know I would fail this test. Ultimately, having a concise and focused direction to your channel is going to aid you a lot in choosing what to do with it or where to take it. Furthermore, the very principle behind subscribing on YouTube is to see more of what you expect someone to make in the future. If people have no idea what to expect from you in the future, how could they want to see more of it? While branding sounds like something soulless and corporate, at the end of the day, it's just your channel's identity. And if you don't shoot for anything specific, you'll be left with nothing coherent. The solution to this, I think, is to just brainstorm something before you start the channel. It could be a specific niche, or you could make yourself the niche. If you want to learn more about how to do that, I suggest following Junya on Instagram because he sounds a lot smarter than me on this topic. But the point is to just land on something that you can describe within a few words. Part 2. Make videos with no content strategy. Okay, this is in line with the previous principle of making a channel without a plan, but you don't want to also make videos without a plan if your goal is to cultivate an audience. Let's go back to the example of what I've made. Out of the 54 videos I've posted in the last 5 years, including shorts, I have uploaded 13 edits, 10 memes, 10 clips from full videos, 5 YouTube poops, 7 commentary videos, 5 Geometry Dash videos, and 4 vlogs. To put that in a proportional graph, we can divide those into 7 different pieces, and it's clearly all over the place. Now take this in comparison to someone who's arguably the GOAT of YouTube, Emperor Lemon. In the past 5 years, he's posted something like this. The first thing we can notice about this graph is that it's not being pulled in multiple conflicting directions like I am. And there's a high likelihood that the people who are interested in history or storytelling from this writer's perspective will also be interested in his perspective of thematic analysis, giving a high likelihood that these will result in the same audience being able to resonate with everything made. Unlike me, where the average person would probably only enjoy about 24% of my videos at a time at most. And that's one of the many reasons why Implement has 1.4 million subscribers and I do not. And I'm not even bad at any of the types of content I make. It's just that putting them all together doesn't give way to a singularly coherent message or identity, which is fine for a hobby. After all, I did start this channel when I was just a wee tyke, but I don't expect those silly clips I made to show my friends at school to set the world on fire. But a plan for what direction to take the channel with rules in place to maintain accountability would honestly have helped me to develop my skill as both a writer and an editor far more efficiently. I mean, just take a look at my Stanley Parable video essay. Can you imagine if I made like something on this level of quality every 2 months for a year? I'd basically be Jacob Geller at this point. But this brings us to our next tip for maintaining a state of failure on YouTube. Part 3. Avoid deep work. Now you could also phrase deep work as true focus, or even simply as personal discipline. But just to give you an example of what I mean, when I was in high school, I would try to do as much of my homework as possible by listening to music or podcasts or some other kind of distraction. And ultimately this was rooted in avoidance. I wanted to avoid the internal voice of friction that came along with doing something that a part of you doesn't want to do. I wanted to ease the tension on the part of my mind that begged to take a break or quit whenever doing anything mentally taxing. But this only further instantiated avoidance of pain as my primary method of coping with stress and anxiety, which ironically makes the stress and anxiety far worse in the long term as confidence atrophies along with the ability to overcome the friction of disciplined work. And a secondary consequence of this was that I became really scared of writing scripts for YouTube because I didn't want to spend the time alone with my thoughts that were required to write. I thought that doing so would just invite an avalanche of shame and regret for getting myself into such a situation, and that I would be crushed under that weight, which is obviously not healthy in many ways, and meditation has helped with this a lot. I've developed a lot more self-compassion from finally allowing my thoughts to have the ability to breathe and roam across the stage of my mind as hatred is slowly replaced with understanding. And I feel like I'm my own friend instead of an enemy to my best interests. Now I never write with music in the background, because it absolutely destroys my ability to focus. So yeah, the solution to a fear of deep work is basically the same as any form of anxiety: gradual exposure in a safe, controlled environment, along with an awareness that stress, fear, and sadness simply take their course when you allow them to be felt freely without shame, like waves. They don't last forever, they all pass with time. And the only power they have to destroy life is the power given to them by running away and suppressing them, instead of standing ground and experiencing them authentically. So that's the video, guys. Woo, we did it! Woo! That's why I think I've been so unsuccessful on YouTube, but I've got a few announcements to close this out. Feel free to click away if you were only concerned with the initial topics. First off, I was in a YTP collab for the first time ever. I made an entry to the Subway Feast YTP collab, like that Peter Griffin Subway ad. That was me. That was in the collab, and yeah, if you want to check it out, there's some other good entries that aren't just mine, but you know, if you want to rewatch mine again, go to the end of the video, dude. Let them know how how great it is. Let them know how great my Carlos protest scene was, guys. It's so epic. Also, I have good news and bad news, and I'll start with the good news. I'm starting a second channel now called Axolotl MMA. It's gonna be about, you guessed it, mixed martial arts. It might have some essays about fighter psychology and history, news coverage of the UFC, maybe some technical breakdowns or fitness content, since we all know how elite of an athlete I am. But I know it's gonna be good. The bad news though is that I'll be discontinuing this channel. I've already renamed it to Foreign Forks Archive, and it'll basically sit untouched as it is to showcase all the old videos I made as a teenager. I might use it to post short, silly things that don't fit on Axolotl MMA, like other YouTube poops or memes or stuff like that, but this channel, as it is done as a serious project or focus in my life. I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy that I got the chance to make the stuff I made on here, as well as the people I've met in the process. But it just doesn't fit with the purpose I see and want to pursue in my future. So I hope the 5 or 6 friends I had in middle school who've been here since day one will understand that. Thank you all for supporting me on this journey, and I'm excited to start over and return fresh with new goals and renewed passion on the MMA channel. So have a great day, guys.
A good day. I can't believe today was a good day. A good day. A good day.